The president has got to do several things, and we don't really appreciate this, how important this point is. First and foremost, we have to enforce the law. I talk to people from all over the world who come to this country who become citizens. They take 5, 6, 7 years to become citizens. And they come from Turkey. They come from Pakistan. They come from Thailand. They come from Italy. Wherever they come from. And one of the first things they all say is, I love this country because I can do business here. And most of these people that come here legally actually want desperately to do well in business. They want to get out there and earn money, improve themselves. And I said, well, why is that? He said, because you don't have to bribe everyone to do something. Everywhere you go, you have to bribe someone in most countries in the world. We don't go through that. That seems like a minor issue, but this is breaking down in our country. The law is not being rigorously enforced. And as you pointed out, I think we were talking earlier about taxation. The power to tax is the power to destroy, and the tax structure is a disaster. It does far more harm than good. We are not harvesting the kind of income from the population that we want. We're harming the population in many cases. So you've got to reform the tax structure, but first and foremost, you have to enforce the law. That means you close your borders. That means that anybody who breaks into your house is treated as a criminal, not welcomed with checks for thousands of dollars and told to settle anywhere they want. These things have to be done first. Now, then there's the whole issue of what do we do about industry? How do we repatriate a lot of manufacturing? Well, I think a lot of that will occur largely because you can no longer operate overseas and have the wonderful margins of profit that you once did in the past. China is no longer the promised land in terms of cheap, easy labor and lots of profits. So a lot of the manufacturing in China is moving down into Southeast Asia, into Indonesia, Malaysia, and so forth. We have to do that, and there are ways to do that. And I think that was something that President Trump wanted to do in his first term. Maybe this time around he'll have a way to do that. Tariffs are a big problem. People say, well, we have to punish these people. Well, we have to punish China. Let me tell you, I was reading through something today, and what really struck me as important was this statement. China's exports to the global south and BRICS countries in March reached a seasonally adjusted annual rate of $1.6 trillion a year. That's nearly 4 times China's exports to the United States and more than the combined total of China's exports to the United States, Europe, and Japan, which reached a seasonally adjusted annual rate of $1.38 trillion in March. What does this mean? How do you punish China? China has moved on. It has expanded. It is adjusted. It's prepared to deal with us on a far less advantageous plane than the one we previously enjoyed. It's very similar to Russia. Remember, we're going to harm Russia. That's what we're helping all of these Ukrainians to do. We're going to harm Russia. We're going to degrade Russia. And what have we done? Russia has profited. Ukraine is destroyed. It's in ruins. We've lost hundreds of billions of dollars, and we're responsible for the deaths of at least 600,000 Ukrainian soldiers, probably 1.2 to 1.5 million wounded, and the nation is gone. Millions of people have left. It's not going to recover anytime soon. And Russia is sitting on top of what it wanted, which was essentially areas where Russians live to protect the Russian population. And contrary to expectation, it hasn't advanced west because it doesn't want to conquer Eastern Europe, which it never did. Who in their right mind wants to conquer Europe right now and manage that place? It's a catastrophe. People just don't think any of these things through. So what we have today, I think, in China and in Russia are the very opposite of the things that we anticipated. So the whole idea of sanctioning, threatening, bullying has got to go away. It just won't work. So we have to take out a clean sheet of paper and look at the true balance of payments, the true commerce, the commercial traffic. What's it look like? What do we produce? What do we create that they buy? What do they produce that we need? People like Lighthouser, who I think was a very brilliant man and did a great job under President Trump, they're going to have to take out the clean sheet of paper and start from scratch. I think this financial and economic crisis that looms over the horizon will probably help us do that.